What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the show. If I haven't known, here we go with another Mlb 2K13 My Player video in the My Player video series. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded a video. I've just been moving and everything's been so crazy. And then the other day I went to a Bucks game and I'll get into that as well. And the Super Bowl was a blowout and golly, there's just so much, and I'm tired and I'm yawning in a video. There's just been so much stuff recently that's been going on. That I can't even focus on one thing to get one thing done. But I got this done, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so again, Morgan Freeman in full effect here, going up against the Arizona D-backs or Diamondbacks, if you're a real fan of them. So anyway, with the Super Bowl becoming a blowout, and I encourage everyone, if you haven't already, to watch my new video on my other channel. That's linked down below to my second channel. You can go check it out. I talk about how to make a good, cool Super Bowl party, and maybe I'll talk about that too at the end. But anyway, I'm losing track of my focus here. My focus is gone. But in this video, I'm going to talk about some of that I've talked a little bit about in the past with some people, and it's an interesting topic at this point in the season of things. Would a Super Bowl format work for the Major League Baseball playoffs? Now, this is what I'm talking about. Super Bowl is the biggest game of the year, okay? Everyone watches it. Obviously, the game recently, this past Sunday, broke records, I think, as being the most watched Super Bowl in a long time or something like that. It was crazy. Everyone was really excited for it, and one of the things that makes the Super Bowl so exciting, even if your favorite team isn't in it, is it's win or go home. It's one chance. You get that one chance, that one opportunity that sees everything you ever wanted. Would you capture it or would you let it slip? And unfortunately, the Broncos let it slip real bad and fell in the mud. But the fact remains that it's one game. You have one chance to make your imprint on history. You don't get a redo. So it's exciting. Everyone tunes in and it's like, oh no, oh my gosh. It's exciting. Baseball has a problem with that or not really a problem with that, but a problem because of that. They have series, the playoffs, best out of 5, best out of 7, whatever it is. And basketball does this too, okay? But I'm not talking about basketball today. I'm talking about baseball. So they have series. So obviously, someone who is it's really more based on if your favorite team is in there, you're gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Or if the casual baseball fan, even the hardcore baseball fans, I can say, may tune in to like Game 6, Game 7, maybe Game 1, but they will more than likely step back a little bit when the games are going on. They may lose interest, and I think that kind of hurts the playoffs, because the playoffs are really cool, but hey, I'm sitting right here and I'm admitting I'm not as interested in certain games if a team that I don't really follow or a player that I don't really like is involved. I'm just saying that. No one's gonna want to watch, like, I don't know, the White Sox versus what's an NL team that no one really cares about. I don't know, insert mediocre NL team here. No one would even bother watching that. Should they change it? Or at least for the World Series, should they have one game, you put everything on the table and you do it? Now that's tricky, because it's the baseball and football are very differently structured sports. Baseball, you aren't structured usually to win one game. A baseball team is structured to win a series, okay? Even in the regular season, there's always a series, four games in a row or 3 games in a row, and your team is built to win at least the majority of those games, whether it's 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 3, or sweep a series, because you have a game 1 starter, you have a Game 2 starter, you have a Game 3 starter, and you have these starters that you specifically put in place to win certain games in a series. Now, if you had one game to win the whole tamale, would it work? Could you say, okay, you know what, I'm going to put my ace against your ace, blah, blah, blah. That would be kind of interesting. You know, I mean, I have to say that would be kind of interesting, but again, teams aren't structured to play in that certain style. It's a tough question, man. It really is. You know, baseball again, as opposed to football. I mean, football, yes, this exists, but baseball more so, I think, and it has a bigger impact. Is if you're baseball, you can have a really off day. Whether you have, you know, I mean, you can go 0 for 4 in one game, and then you can go, you know, 2 for 4 the next game, you know, with like a home run and 5 RBIs, and this be a beast, you know. And then the third game in the series, you can go 0 for 4 again. It's so up and down that literally it's really, really hard to say, okay, we play one game to determine who's the best. It's hard, but can you say that about football, though? Can you really sit there and say, hey, you know what, the Seahawks are just a better team than the Broncos? I can say that probably 95% of the people that you ask will say yes. The Seahawks were a better team and are a better team than the Broncos. But if I'm doing the Royals again. if the Royals, for example, were to beat the the Cardinals in one game, would you say, oh, the Royals are so much better? No, you wouldn't say that. You say, well, you know, so and so went 0 for 4. This guy didn't have a good outing. It's tough, man. It's tough. But I do think it'll bring more excitement to the game. How many people actually tuned in and watched that World Series, World Series, that wild card game? You know, 1-game playoff. That was pretty exciting. You know, but again, did the better team win? That's tough, man. I don't know. I mean, like I said, the conversation is hard because they're two different sports, and teams are built differently. Would I be opposed to it? No. I'd embrace it. You know, you could still have the series going on until the World Series. You know, the playoff style can stay the same, and then the World Series, you just have one game, and you can even have like a couple days off, and you can even have the All-Star game during that time or whatever. Going completely toward the football style of the scheduling, but you can even do it that way. I mean, I think that will be flippin' awesome. One game to decide it. It'll increase ratings, but man, then I tune in. You know, then I tune in, and I also think that the competitive nature in players would come out more. You know, because like game 1, everyone's like, okay, we got to win game 1, and whoever wins game 1, game 2, people are like, all right, we can kind of step back. You know, we don't really need to do that much. You know, because we already got a 1-game lead, or you know, oh, we already have a 2-game lead. We're okay. You know, we can kind of, you know, play it safe. We don't really need to do anything here. That's happened before. I mean, people have admitted that, you know, oh well, we have a 2-game lead. We don't really need to push as hard as we did because, you know, they can get 1 game. You know, we're still going home, and we're gonna beat them there. You know. And a lot of times it ends up biting people in the butt. You know, I mean, we hear all the time about huge comebacks coming back from like 3-0 or 2-1 or something like that, or 1-2, I guess. So it's an interesting topic, and this is something that I always like to talk to people about. So leave comments down below. Let me know. Do you think that a 1-game World Series would work for baseball, or do you think that it should stay a long, drawn out 7-game series or 5-game series, whatever it is? Like I said, the Super Bowl would be cool in baseball format. So I think they should try it at least once. You know, why not? God, why not? Now I'm getting excited. All right, but that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, like I said, check out my video where I talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. That was pretty fun to make. Then there'll be a new video up there every Sunday, and I'm not going to do Tomb Raider over there just because Tomb Raider apparently keeps getting flagged, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that's it. I'm only 5-0, and I am out for now.